Scheduled for 7:36. Yeah, it's not live.
We're live, I believe. Hello everyone, hello. Just working through a few settings quickly. Thank you all very much for joining me. Just as I said, just working on the stream settings. How are you all doing though? You all good? How do I edit this stream? Good evening everyone. As I said, thank you all for joining. I've had a nightmare day trying to work out this stream, but oh, that's why. Okay. Just bear with me as I try and figure all this out. But thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you're all well. Good evening on the Sunday the 3rd of May. Have you guys got it up all good?
Mm-hmm.
Can you edit my thumbnail or anything?
No.
I think I can. Good evening everyone, just here we go. Cool. There we go, we're all sorted now guys. Apologies about that, apologies. I literally hate live streaming on YouTube so much. It's so complicated just to set it all up. But I think we're all good now. We are running. I'm going to see if I can get the live chat up so I can see what you guys are saying. Here we are. Right, so I've got the chat up and everything now. So yeah, welcome to tonight's Q&A. We're just gonna I'm gonna sit here basically and answer through some of your guys' questions. You know, if you want to leave shout outs, let me know in the chat. And yeah, we're just gonna chill out for an hour or so. I've got my drink down here, so we're just gonna have a nice relaxing Sunday evening. I'll answer your guys' questions. I've got Kieran and Luca over here. They are moderating the chat at the moment. And they will be answering some questions along with me a little bit later on. But yeah, how is everyone doing this beautiful Sunday? I personally have just been working on this live stream all day. As I said, I've got a big grudge against YouTube live streams. Not a big fan of them, but yeah, I can relax now. We are live, broadcasting out to the world. I believe there's around 116 of you watching right now, so that is awesome stuff. That is awesome. I'm going to see if I can try and get to like some kind of studio view for this live stream, because I'm just watching it like you guys are at the moment. So just let me access my YouTube studio and then we'll kick off some questions. So yeah, as I said, it's just going to be a really chilled live stream. We're going to just answer questions, any shout outs I'll do, and yeah, we're just going to chill. Okay, let's have a look. Just trying to access YouTube Studio right now. Here we go. I've got it. I'm in the live control room apparently. There we go. I can see the chat and everything now. Perfect. Okay, so as I said, start getting your questions in. I'm just going to go through them. Is slow mode on?
I'm not sure, but that was a super chat.
Was there?
Yeah.
I did not see that. How do
Theme park giraffe.
How do I see this super chat?
Scroll back up to it just in case.
Oh, okay, I've got it on my screen, but it didn't pop up or anything.
It was while you were doing the thing.
Ah, receive.
There you
Pop out chat maybe?
Can you see it?
Got the question here if not.
No, I've got it. So yeah, big up Theme Park Giraffe first of all for the super chat. That's awesome. So I guess we're going to kick off with your question. What's the first park you're going to after lockdown? Well, as I'm sure many of you are aware, me and the boys, we live outside Thorpe Park. It's literally outside the front door. So we're going to be heading to Thorpe Park first. It's just going to be great to get back at Thorpe Park, you know. Get back on Stealth, get back on Inferno, on the Swarm. I can't wait. Purely because it is my local park, you know, I will be there many times as soon as it opens. But no, where are you guys going to be heading as soon as the park's open? Because we are blessed to live this close to Thorpe Park, but you know, for some of you guys, it might not be as convenient. Right. Yeah, big up Theme Park Giraffe for that little super chat. We actually gave you a big shout out in the launch podcast that we filmed yesterday as well, so be sure to keep an eye out for that one. But yeah, as I said, I've got Kieran and Luca over here. How you doing, boys?
Doing good.
We're all good over here.
Yeah, all good. They've actually made some interesting purchases today that
The investment company.
yeah, the investment company that I'm sure they'll explain a little bit later on. But yeah, as I said, I will be doing a little joint Q&A with these guys in a little bit. I'll move the camera around and we'll all be sat over there, but they are moderating the chat, so be sure to head over to their Instagrams and thank them. But yeah, let's see if there are any other questions coming in. Thank you to Theme Park Giraffe for kicking us off with his question about what the first park I would go to is. Right. Ethan Lewis has asked, Jack, do you think Fright Nights will be this year? It's hard to tell, isn't it? It's so hard to tell. I would love the parks, all of the parks in the UK, to be able to have their Halloween events. But at the end of the day, if these events are going to go forward, they need to be safe to do so. The mazes have to be safe enough to run. And obviously, no one really knows what's going on with social distancing and what that situation will be a few months down the line. So I don't know. At this point, it's hard to tell. I really hope that if it is safe to do so, that there will be, you know, Fright Nights and Scare Fest and all the other Halloween events, because it's my personal favourite time of the year, and I'm sure it is a lot of your guys' as well. Big up Theme Park Extreme. Was that a super chat or a donate? I can't actually see.
I don't know what the difference is.
I can't see a chat, so I presume it was a
It
donation.
looks like a donation.
Oh, thank you very much, Theme Park Extreme. I don't think that was a super chat. You can tell I'm not very experienced when it comes to YouTube live streaming at all. Cola Coaster down in the chat has asked, do you and the boys live together? Yes, we do. Myself, Kieran Adams, and Luca, Gigabyte, Giacobi, whatever you want to call him. We do all live together. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun indeed. Life with Deals in the chat. Big up, Jack. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Okay, thank you all for all of the questions, though. How many people have we got at the moment?
141.
141. That's kind of mad. Thank you all so much. Where's my chat gone? I've lost it. Okay, let's see what other questions we've got. I'm seeing some funny comments. Are you going to bring out some more merch from Ellie Batesman? Well, that is an interesting topic, because I am working on some very, very interesting designs that hopefully, depending on this whole situation, will be coming to light fairly soon. I actually went live with Teespring over on their Instagram recently, and that was a lot of fun. I spoke to them about merch designs and photo shoots. And yeah, I am hoping, I've got designs for the next merch drop. It's just kind of dependent on this whole situation. So give it some time, I'll see what's going on, but yeah, all good stuff. Oh, I'm being told we got another super chat. I'm sorry guys, I keep missing these. But I'm going to try and figure out a way to actually have them pop up. But big up Deck, CKA on the cam. Deck is a big fan of Kieran's stream, and he's done some design work for some of my closest friends like Arch Nemesis. Deck's a great guy, and big up CKA on the cam. So that's obviously referring to Mr. Kieran Adams, who sat just over there. But yeah, big up Deck, absolute legend. He's always in Kieran's stream supporting him, so thanks for supporting me as well, Deck. Big up. Right, let's get another question. Melanie Lynch, would you like to see Vulcan peak the ride? Oh, that would be iconic, wouldn't it? Vulcan peak the ride. I hope you guys like my Fright Nights cup over here. Oh yes, oh yes. Okay, Dominic Gardner's in the chat. Let's go. DG95, the official legend. Big up Jack, Kieran and Luca. Thank you very much for the support. DG95, the official legend. You will be seeing Kieran and Luca a little bit later on in the live stream. So if you guys have got any questions for those two in particular, just hold off until the end of the stream. I keep seeing a theme park giraffe pop up in the chat again with "not on the camera, mate." So that's a very iconic line, isn't it? I'm sure if you guys follow me over on Twitter, you may have seen some of the controversy that has occurred with that whole situation. Now I do discuss it in the next episode of the launch, so keep an eye out for that. I've just seen the boys over here laughing. I've tried to ignore them because Deck has just left another super chat. Arch Nemesis merch over Silkstone merch. Sorry, I mean, from what I've seen of Archie's, I don't know, would you call it merch? Like, because he's not releasing it. Apparel, yeah.
Apparel.
He's not. But Arch Nemesis and Deck together have come up with this sick design, and it looks sick. So I'm a big fan of SLK, STM designs, but no, it is a sick design, and I don't know if Arch Nemesis is looking to release it. I think he's just kind of holding out at the moment. But yeah, good stuff. Big up Surfer Joe 1 there. I think that was another donation because I'm not seeing a super chat message, but thank you so much. Luke Powell, a question here for asking, do you have a plan / want to go to Cedar Point? Absolutely is the answer. It's probably one of my top 3 bucket list parks in the entire world. Like, the amount of rides that are over there is insane. You've got Steel Vengeance, Top Thrill Dragster, Millennium Force. There are so many like bucket list rides at that park. I potentially would have been looking to go this year, but obviously with this whole situation, so you know, within the next few years, I absolutely plan to get out to Cedar Point one day. It literally looks like one of the best theme parks in the world. Also, their marketing is a place like no other, so that's quite similar to the Thorpe Park Resorts marketing. Monkey2357, worst ride at Thorpe Park. That's a tough one. I've got Lucas deaf staring at me. The worst ride at Thorpe Park. I don't know. Would you consider wet a ride?
Yes.
Yeah, Lucas. Oh, bit of controversy over here.
Wait, that's a slide.
Kieran saying no, Lucas saying yes. If it counts, I'd say wet. If not that, Angry Birds 4D, can I say
No.
no? I'm not allowed that either. Probably Lumber Jump. Oh, that's not impressed, Kieran. I don't know. What would you? No, if you want to ask them, you can ask them later. But I'd probably say Lumber Jump just because I never really ride it. I can't think of anything that's worse than. It's not a bad ride at all, Lumber Jump. It's incredible, but I can't think of anything that I'd put below that. Big up Deck again. Last one. Something is in the works for you. That sounds very exciting. I guess I'll wait to see what that is. But I know he has teased a lot in Kieran's streams that he's working on something for me. So very exciting stuff. Thank you very, very much, Deck. Okay. LG Merit Productions at TheJackSilkstone. Would you like to see a Stephen King IP takeover at Fright Nights? Right. See, I'm not the biggest horror fan. In fact, I'm quite scared of horror films, but I have seen it, and I think it could be a very, very strong maze at Thorpe Park. Do I think it's likely to happen? No, not really, to be honest. What?
You did an It maze.
Oh, yeah, technically, myself and Kieran and my girlfriend, well, no, we didn't do it together, did we? Me and my girlfriend did an It experience in London when the latest film came out, and I didn't rate it that much. There was one insane jump scare. Basically, there were these lockers, and I opened it, and there was a clown inside. It jumped out at me. So that was the best part of that maze. But I think Thorpe could do really well with an IP. It's so scary. So yeah, unfortunately I don't really know too many other Stephen King. He did like The Shining, I believe.
Oh, uneducated.
They don't know either. But yeah, I think I missed some super chats there. Oh no, you didn't. Hi Jack, could you shout out my mate? Oh, you nearly got me, you nearly got me. Big shout out to Peter. Big shout out there. Woo. D Fisher, what's your favourite ride soundtrack in the UK? Oh, that's a tough question. There are some incredible ride soundtracks. I would say Hex is one of my favourites. A recent addition, Icon, another great soundtrack. In any Fright Night, I'm trying to think if there are any Fright Nights mazes that I rate. The Big Top, obviously a classic soundtrack. But yeah, I'd probably say Hex and Icon are some of my favourites. The Colossus one as well. That's just such an iconic soundtrack, so I'd say that. What is everyone else saying? Joseph Dunkley, Saw or Smiler? I would probably go with Saw, just because it's such a cool theme. And although I do love the Smiler, it's a bit rough nowadays. It's just, I don't know. So I'd probably say Saw the Ride. Roblox fan 1 here with a super chat. Really? Yikes. Don't know what that's about, but yikes. Thank you for the super chat though, Roblox fan 1. Big up Thrill Seeks there, thank you very much as well. And Ellie N has asked if they're mazes you bring. I think she means, is there any mazes that you would bring back at Thorpe Park? Absolutely. Unfortunately, I never got to experience Experiment 10. Kieran often reminds me that I've never done it. So I'd love to experience that maze. It literally sounds like the perfect maze for me. I'd love to see Studio 13 come back to Thorpe Park Fright Nights, just because it only did 1 year at the park, so it was kind of cut short. I think I'm a Celebrity came in and basically got rid of Studio 13. I would say Cabin in the Woods, but it had such an iconic run at the park that I don't know if it necessarily should come back, but yeah, potentially Cabin in the Woods, but I think Experiment 10 would be my main one. And of course, Big Top, I still think Big Top's got a few more years in it. Like, there's still so much hype around Big Top that I think it very much could come back.
Tower Street asked, what's your favourite ride out on Towers, past or present?
Thank you for that question. Tower Street, favourite ride at Towers, past?
Ever.
Ever? Oh, it's gotta be X. It's gotta be X. The best ride ever created.
At Towers.
Towers.
Oh, you said ever.
He said
No,
ever
at
at
Towers.
Towers.
My favourite ever ride at Towers. Sorry. I would probably say that would be Nemesis Subterra. An incredible ride. I miss it so much, and I just wish they could bring it back. So I'd probably say Nemesis Subterra. I unfortunately never got to visit Towers as like a very young child, so I don't really know. I haven't ridden any of the classic Towers rides before they obviously got removed, like Corkscrew and stuff. I first went when the Smiler opened actually, so unfortunately I don't have that much experience when it comes to Towers, but I'd say Nemesis Subterra is probably my favourite Towers ride. I've noticed another question here from Theme Park Giraffe. What ride at Thorpe Park would you like a re-theme? That's quite an interesting one. I've got to think about that. I think the whole of Angry Birds Lands just needs a bit of a re-theme, to be honest. I think it's getting on a bit. So my answer to that would probably be, I don't know, Angry Birds 4D slash just the whole of Angry Birds Land. I think could do with a little revitalising. Hopefully we'll see that happen within the next few years. But yeah, that would be my answer to that. Dominic Gardner asking again, if you ever design, I've lost it. If you ever design a coaster, which manufacturer would you design and why? I'd probably go with a nice Intamin double launch. Luca is nodding over there. Yeah, I'd probably go with an Intamin double launch. Just CJ asks, what got you into theme parks? I've always loved theme parks. My mum would take me and my brother to Chessington and Disneyland Paris as a child, and I was never big enough to go on like the big rides like Space Mountain and stuff. But I'd always like the dark rides and stuff. And then I think I was like 11, 12 when my family first went to Thorpe Park. Just fell in love with the place basically, and it's kind of snowballed into what I am today with an entire studio full of theme park maps. So yeah, just grown up around theme parks really, and just kind of developed into that. Oh, I see Dylan Lee in the chat. Big Top or Creek Freak? I think I'd say Creek Freak. It was incredible. Big up Dylan, thanks for joining us. Just underneath Dylan is Zoro Smith saying B&M Surf Coaster. Luca was actually telling me about this the other day. Sounds quite interesting, isn't it? It's this whole thing over at SeaWorld potentially, so yeah, that is interesting. Karen Silkstone in the chat, big up. Favourite Disney park in Orlando. That would be Animal Kingdom, one of the best theme parks in the entire world. If someone would like to ask that same question when I've got Kieran and Luca in the live stream in a little bit later on, I'm sure that'll be very interesting because they do not share that opinion, unfortunately. But yeah. Thomas Quinnell in the chat. Big up, absolute legend. Hi, I worked last season at Thorpe Park in admissions. Thomas, I believe, actually worked with my girlfriend Jess, so big up to Thomas, absolute legend. She spoke very highly of you, said you were very funny. So yeah, big up. Oh, Deck 8 in the chat. Bugger off Deeves. Oh, that's not nice. Is Archie in the chat? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Big up, Archie. Arch Nemesis. What's the correct way to pronounce Passage del Terra, mate? Oh, this is a little story time. So
Lee's here.
He is in the chat, is he? So myself, Kieran, Arch Nemesis, Isaac, we were all playing Xbox the other night. We were just talking about some classic horror mazes. I think Kieran was making his horror maze tier list actually. And our friend Lee Searle pronounced Passage del Terra, Passage del Terror.
It's actually a clown.
So yeah, it is pronounced Passage del Terra, but Lee likes to say Passage. So, yikes. What's everyone else saying? What's the scariest maze you've ever been in from Trudy Vine? Oh, scariest maze at Thorpe Park you've been in. See, that's a tough one because my run-throughs vary so much. I'd probably say Creek had some of the craziest run-throughs I've ever had in a Thorpe maze. Big Top also had some insane run-throughs. Living Nightmare Extreme, like we were floored, rugby tackled, picked up. So I don't think I could pick one particular one, but yeah, just so many amazing memories. I'm not missing anything, am I?
No.
Robski has asked, is YouTube your job? Kind of not. Like, it's my main source of income. Not that it's a massive income at all, but no, I've always done YouTube because I love it, and I am lucky enough I am starting to earn a little bit from it. So, yeah. What is the chat saying? How many people have I got actually? 160. So thank you all so much for joining me this Sunday evening. I hope you're all doing safe during this lockdown. You know, hopefully it will be lifted soon and we'll all be able to go back to the theme parks and enjoy them. But in the meantime, as I said, I've just been trying to create videos to try and keep you guys entertained. So I hope you're all enjoying it. Everything Ella has said, I remember at Fright Nights 2019 I went in Creek with you, Kieran and Archie, and it was the most insane run through. As I said, the amount of crazy run throughs we had in that maze is just insane. It was such an incredible cast in Creek Freak, so big up to all of those actors. Aaron J. Gallimore has said, excellent theming or extra inversions. I think I'd take theming any day over inversions. Luca was just death staring me again there. Luca, of course, loves Taron, which is an insanely themed ride with no inversion. So yeah, I don't think roller coasters need to go upside down at all to be enjoyable. So long as they've got good theming, it's a good layout, it can be a world-class ride. Okay, yeah, Real Quote Man says Taron proves that, absolutely, yeah. True Divine says, I love your channel. Thank you very much. Big up yourself. K_Moore says, did you ever go to Thorpe Summer Nights? Absolutely. Summer Nights was an incredible event at the park. For those of you that unfortunately didn't get to experience it, it was regular nights throughout summer. Thorpe Park would open the park until like 10 p.m, limited amount of tickets, and there were literally no queues at all. I remember one evening, myself and my friend literally just stayed on X for so many rides. Incredible. So yeah, well, I'd love to see Thorpe Park one day bring back something like that, but yeah, good stuff. What is the chat saying? As I said, Luca and Kieran will be joining me a little bit later on to answer some of your questions. I'll be moving the camera to face that way. So if you've got any questions for them, just hold off and they will answer them a little bit later on. Yeah, we actually filmed an episode of the Launch podcast yesterday. It was a very funny episode indeed. Some people are going to be a bit upset when they see it, but mainly Arch Nemesis. We mugged him off quite a bit, but yeah. Daisy the Gymnast coming in with a super chat. Can you say hi to my brother? Name is Bobby. Hello Bobby. Thank you for watching the channel. Big up yourself. Absolute legend. Right, what else is the chat saying? Arch Nemesis is in the chat saying great. Cheers boys. Just wait till you see it, Archie. It's a funny episode. Tower Street has asked favourite alcoholic drink. I'm not very experienced when it comes to these fancy cocktails and everything. Literally, give me a dark fruits, give me some vodka, and I'm happy for the night. So I'm not going to these fancy cocktail bars or anything. I actually went to, I think it was called Mr. Fogg's Tavern or something with Sean Sambrook, Alex Crump, and Nick Hudson. That's the one. I completely forgot who was there. And yeah, they were all buying these like really weird gins and stuff, and I didn't know what was going on. But yeah, I'm not very experienced when it comes to all that.
It's a nice absinthe.
Oh god, yeah. For those of you that have watched the Portaventura vlogs. I won't say no more. Nice to see Arch Nemesis is even joining us in the chat. He was not he was not doing well last night. We had a few drinks whilst playing a bit of Call of Duty, and he was not doing too well, to say the least. TPF on ride says, which Nemesis do you prefer? It's gotta be Nemesis Inferno. It's gotta be much superior to the original Nemesis. I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but incredible. Oh, Dominic Gardner, do you guys fancy the DG95 barbecue? Absolutely. We've been watching your live streams, Dom. We actually went and bought a barbecue ourselves so we can start doing it. But oh my god, yours look god tier, to be honest, mate. So sound incredible. Ooh. Theme Park Giraffe coming in again with another super chat. Big up. Opinions on Black Mirror, new event at Thorpe. New event, what does that mean?
I reckon it just means experience.
New experience at Thorpe. I have seen every episode.
It means like opinions on Black Mirror and the new events. So like the whole thing.
Oh, okay, I get it. So my opinions on Black Mirror to start with, Theme Park Giraffe. I've seen every episode of the TV show and I love it. It's a very interesting series. I've watched all of the like analysing videos on YouTube because it's quite a deep series. Like there's a lot of hidden meaning in the episodes. So I'm a big fan of Black Mirror and I'm excited to see it at Thorpe Park. And opinions on the new events at Thorpe. I mean, we've already missed Hyper Spring. I was excited for Hyper Spring. What the other one is Supercharged Summer, which is all about the water rides at the park. So whether if the park opens in time for Supercharged Summer and then obviously Fright Nights after that, we'll have to wait and see. But hopefully, because as I said, Hyper Spring and Supercharged Summer did seem pretty cool. But yeah, thank you very much for the super chat, Theme Park Giraffe. If any of you want to guarantee I answer your question, feel free to just super chat it, so long as you're not making me shout out Peter. Coaster Connection, hi Jack, hope you're well. Thank you very much for joining me tonight, Coaster Connection. Love the channel, awesome videos over there. Kieran Glover asked, next flat ride at Thorpe. Ooh, that's a tough one. Kieran's always said that he'd love to see, Kieran Adams that is, has always said he'd like to see, what's it called, a sky...
I don't even know what it's called, the Gerstar
The Gers-
Skyflyer thing.
The tower
Skyfly?
one or the normal
Nah, the one that they have at Blackpool.
Skyfly.
Skyfly, which is like air, what's it called at Blackpool?
Skyforce.
Skyforce over at Blackpool. Kieran's always said he'd love to see that, and I very much see that fitting in quite well at Thorpe. I mean, the throughputs wouldn't be amazing, but I think it would be quite an interesting addition. If not that, I'd love to see a big gyro swing like Loki at Liseberg. And obviously, Paulton's Park are getting their own cyclonator. It's going to be called, but that's been delayed until next year, which is a shame, but yeah, I fully respect that decision. It makes sense, I guess. So yeah, those would be my top flat rides of choice to join Thorpe Park. Not on the camera, mate. Would you put another water ride in to replace loggers from Just CJ? I don't think I would. I think I'd much rather a nice wooden coaster in that area. It would fit in so nicely with all of the woodland and the lake. So yeah, I think I'd rather a nice new RMC or GCI over in that area rather than a new water ride. I mean, ideally, I wouldn't even mind if they somehow got a new log flume, but I think that's very, very unlikely. Everything Ella has asked, how would you feel if Zombie Hunt came back to the island? I was a massive fan of Zombie Hunt. We had a lot of fun in there, like diving on the ground on the crash mats. It was very fun. So I would absolutely love it to come back. So yeah, big fan of Zombie Hunt. Thank you very much, Painful Vlogs, for that donation. Absolute legend. Eamon Hassan has asked, when will Thorpe lose a major coaster? See, that's quite an interesting topic because we always discuss what the next new coaster at Thorpe will be, but we never really discuss what the first coaster to leave will be. I think it would probably be Colossus, unfortunately, just because it was the first major ride to come to the park. Although saying that, The Walking Dead, the ride, obviously it opened as X, that's been there even longer than Colossus, so potentially we could see that go. It would leave a massive space for the park to then utilise, so it's hard to tell. Hopefully we'll go many, many years before a big coaster is removed, but I don't know. Thank you all so much to the 150 of you that are still watching. As I've said many times, I will be joining Kieran and Luca over on the sofa in a little bit, so if you've got any questions for them, be sure to hold on to them for the minute. And yeah, those guys will answer those questions for you. Lewis Dewar has asked, favourite Arch Nemesis track and normal song. Ooh. See, an interesting thing about Arch Nemesis is recently he's found himself in a few mad diss track battles over on Kieran's Twitch stream. Some people have been sending for him, and he's done a few low-key replies that Kieran has played over on his Twitch stream. So it's a lot. It's very funny. So I'd recommend absolutely tuning into Kieran's Twitch at Kieran Inc. For that funniness. But my favourite Arch Nemesis song, if this is like public, like iTunes and Spotify songs, Imagine's a great song, and I know he's trying to get that to, is it 10,000 streams, so you know, absolutely go and stream Imagine over on Archie's sound, iTunes and Spotify. Right, we're gonna have a drink. Thirsty work this is. Absolute Adrenaline, do you think Angry Birds 4D could be an area for a future dark ride? Absolutely, it's a very, very big building. It's obvious, it's held films like Pirates 4D and now Angry Birds 4D, but yeah, great space. I think an even better space for a dark ride would be the building where KFC and the arcade currently are. Massive space. This is obviously where Flying Fish first opened, as Space Station Zero. So yeah, could absolutely see a dark ride going into there. Big up Edward Coleman for the donation. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Alpha Link says, what is your opinion on Slammer? I was a massive fan of Slammer. One of the best flat rides at the park and one of the most unique flat rides in the entire country. So yeah, I really do miss Slammer. I kind of wish they'd just get rid of it from the park so it's not sad when you look up at it. But yeah, big fan of Slammer. A lot of love for Zombie Hunt tonight. Maddie Smith has asked, do you think Zombie Hunt should return annually? I'm going to say no, just because it would become too samey, but I'd love to see something similar to Zombie Hunt return every year. That could be quite cool. Theme Park Joe, bring back X. Absolutely, I agree. In about 10 minutes or so, I'm going to get Kieran and Luca on the live stream, so if you've got any questions, be sure to hold on to them, because I'll be sitting down on the sofa and we'll be discussing all of your guys' questions. Alex Tunstall said, if you lived anywhere in the world, where would it be? Great question. I'm pretty happy where I am, to be honest. I'm literally just down the road from Thorpe Park. One day, I'd love to go and experience America, even if it's just for a month living out there or something, but one day, maybe. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. Zach Lucas says, I saw you last season at Thorpe, but I didn't say anything because you were going into the queue for a ride. Oh, that's a shame. If you ever see me at the parks, guys, feel free to come and say hello, have a chat, whatever, and I'm more than happy. It's great to meet you guys. So yeah, absolutely. Say hello, give me a wave, give me a smile, and I'll always be happy to come and have a chat. Thank you all for these questions, by the way. It's absolutely fantastic. Mitch Holmes says, do you think the loggers auction will ever go ahead? I don't think so. I don't think so. That was a bit fraudulent of the park, that, wasn't it? You know, announcing they'd do a auction. I guess there was some kind of higher up issues with it, but I really don't know. But unfortunately, I don't think it will ever go ahead. Callum Blackwell with the super chat. Big up, Callum. I'm down to make a diss track on Powers Towers Productions, you know. Go for it. Go for it. I know some of my associates have also had that idea. I won't name names unless he wants me to, but that idea has been floating around. I don't think I'm going to be jumping on that track, but if you do make that, then feel free to send it over. I'd love to give it a listen. Oh dear, oh dear. A lot of not on the camera mates in the chat. Let's see, another question. I'm sorry I'm not answering all of these questions, but there's a lot of them, basically. LNA Adventures, when will you do the next quiz? I've got no plans to do another quiz at the moment. The Thorpe Park quiz seemed to go down really well. A lot of you guys seem to enjoy it. I really enjoyed seeing your scores from the Thorpe Park quiz. I haven't got any other quiz ideas at the moment, so no plans. Potentially a Fright Nights one closer to Halloween, but other than that, no major ideas. Nikki Oliver has asked, Jack, will you be keeping the blonde hair? I'm really happy with my blonde hair. Unfortunately, we're in lockdown, so no one's actually seeing it at the moment. But I don't know. Maybe once the lockdown's over, I'll redo it. But no, I'm very happy with it, and I think the other boys are as well. Okay, I'll answer a few more, and then, as I said, Luca and Kieran will be joining me for the finale of this live stream. Thank you all for joining me so far tonight, though. Really, really appreciate the support. I'm trying to get through as many questions as possible. Monkey2357, do you think they'll remove Oblivion or Smiler to make way for a better and newer ride? Not for a long time, I don't think. Just because Smiler is obviously a very recent ride and Oblivion is one of my favourite rides at Towers, so I think they've still got many, many years in them. So for the moment, I think the whole of X sector's pretty safe. As I said, I'll just do a few more questions and then I'll be joining Luca and Kieran. Life of Will, do you think Merlin would file for bankruptcy? And if they were to go bankrupt, who do you think would purchase Merlin Parks? Great question, but I'm not qualified to answer that at all. I don't know what the financial situation is at the moment with them. We'll have to wait and see what happens after everything has calmed down with this virus. Just trying to pick out a few questions I haven't yet asked. That's quite an interesting one. Absolute Adrenaline has asked, do you think Thorpe should remove the beach? I mean, it would leave a really big space that they could then develop in the future, but I think the beach is quite an iconic part of the park. It's somewhere where you can chill out during the summer. I say this, but I've never actually just chilled out on the beach, but I know a lot of families just like to go and spend a few hours there. So I'm kind of in two minds for it. I think it's a great opener when you come out the dome and just see the beach with the coasters in the background. So I think it would be a shame if Thorpe Park removed the beach, but I guess it would depend on what they're going to put there. Alright, I'm going to do two more questions and then I'll be swinging the camera around to the sofa.
There's a super chat from Tom Hall.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
Thoughts on Fright Nights going ahead this year?
Big up Tom Hall, thank you for that super chat. As I said, if you've got any questions that you really want answered, just because the chat's moving quite fast, then feel free to do a super chat and I'll absolutely read them. I've got the boys over here, just let me know if I miss any. Tom Hall has asked, thoughts on Fright Nights going ahead this year? As I said earlier, it's so hard to tell at the moment. I really hope that we are in a position where it's safe for Thorpe Park to put on Fright Nights, and the same with all of the other UK theme parks with their Halloween events. But I don't know, it's so hard to tell, because obviously in mazes you've got actors getting right up in your face, especially at Thorpe Park, the actors are allowed to touch you. I hadn't even considered that, like that could be a rule that's taken away from Thorpe Park. Like they might not be able to touch you this year if it does go ahead, but I don't know. It's too early to tell and a bit too early to speculate really, but we'll have to wait and see. I really hope Fright Nights does go ahead though. Alright, one more question now. Lewis Stewart, how tall is Archie Deeves? I think he's like 4'3" according to Stevens. Right. Rachel Smith has asked, would you consider doing a meet when the theme parks reopen? See, I get asked this quite a lot in the comments and stuff, because I've never actually done an organised meet-up or anything. I don't know, it's hard to tell. If you ever see me at a park, feel free to come and say hello and stuff, but I've never actually gone ahead with an organised meet-up. That's something that I would be interested in doing, but I think if I was to do it, I'd want to do it in a capacity where we'd get some cool exclusives and stuff. Like say it was a Fright Nights meetup, I'd want to sort out a behind the scenes tour or something with the park. So I wouldn't just want to organise just a meetup. Like, I'd want to go above and beyond for you guys that support the channel. So, and that would require quite a bit of organising. So at the moment, nothing planned, but it's something I am very open to trying to sort out in the future. But as I said, if you ever do see me at a park, then feel free to absolutely say hello, give me a smile, give me a wave, and I'll be more than happy to chat to you guys. I just noticed I got 2 super chats, so I'll just answer those and then I'll join the other boys for a little Q&A. What's your top 3 coasters at Alton from NGU Raptor? Top 3 coasters at Alton Towers. I would say Wicker Man, Oblivion, and 13, I think. 3 of my favourite coasters in the whole country, in fact. Roblox Fan 1 with the other super chat. Say hi to Cherry's. Well, we've got a few names here. Cherry, Soph, Freddie, Noah, and Pet Governor. I'm checking I'm not being mugged off there. Nah, we're all good. So yeah, big hello to Cherry, Soph, Freddie, Noah, and Pet Governor. Big hello to you guys. Right, so we're gonna swing the camera around right now, so we can join Luca and Kieran over here. So excuse me for just a second. I'm gonna reposition my laptop and change around the lighting in here a little bit. But yeah, thank you all for those questions. And if you've got any for Kieran and Luca, then you know you can start putting them in the chat right now. Okay. Oh. Hello, boys.
Chilling. Little behind the scenes, this. Oh, nice.
Okay, I'm just gonna move the
It's
lights
light
around
on
as
us.
well. Yeah. Oh. These guys have been moderating the chat tonight, though, so big thank you to them. Ooh, we're all good.
I don't know what's even happening.
It's just
Big
this.
up everyone, big up everyone. I don't want to read any of the questions I got to here, but some funny things coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luca is the wannabe KSI.
Just trying to swap this cable.
Is it all just on the floor?
It doesn't quite reach. There we go. We're all sorted. Right. Is that looking good?
Yeah. Good.
Perfect. Okay. Oh, hello boys, hello boys. Room for a little one. Right, as I said guys, if you've got any questions for these boys, then feel free to ask. I haven't missed anything, have I?
No, you're good.
Just to let you all know, we do live with each other, so we're not breaking any lockdown or social distancing rules. We do live with each other, so we're seeing each other on a daily basis. Right.
Luca wants to be ninja. That was the inspiration.
So I've just got a super chat here from Lauren Bradburn, who has said, have you seen the Project Me deck plus Leovo worked on? Oh, that's Lauren. Yes, I have. Kieran showed me and Luca it nice and big. It's incredible.
Sick.
Check out
So sick.
Kieran's stream to see that in the background. But yeah, let me know if you boys see any interesting comments or questions that you guys want to read out.
Cobra. Yeah, that's a sick ride at Poland Park, Archie. Honestly, a great little style bobsled coaster.
KTXO, Kieran. Oh, Kieran, why do you look so vexed when we ask for pictures with Jack? I've never seen Kieran look annoyed.
No, that's just my face.
I've never
I
seen
have
Kieran
a
look
very
annoyed.
moody face, so that's
Kieran always
what it
offers to
is.
take the pictures. It's very
Yeah,
helpful.
gotta
that.
make sure they're straight and all that.
Ezra Mortimer, thank you so much for that super chat. Big up Luca, enjoyed working with him at Do or Die Fright Nights 2019. Jack, what are you saying about a Thorpe Park Maze theme to
Ezra's
us?
the one that made the house remix.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
big up Ezra. Easy beats.
Easy beats.
He obviously bigged you up to start with, so
Big up.
big up to yourself, Ezra. Theme to Us. Us is a film I haven't yet seen. It's on my list of films I want to watch, purely for the soundtrack. I'm obsessed with that soundtrack. But unfortunately, I haven't seen the film yet, so I can't say. I
It's a
can't
good
comment.
film.
I can't comment.
Lee loves it, and the maze
Oh,
at
Lisa.
Universal was sick. So
Lisa doesn't shut up about it.
if Thorpe could do it like Universal did last year, then I'll be very gassed.
Yeah, thank you very much for that super chat, Ezra. Another super chat here from Luke Powell.
no.
So when's the next barbecue stream?
Oh, well, I'm sorry, boys. I let the side down there. The internet was not facilitating it, but maybe there'll be one in the future.
As I said, we did purchase ourselves a barbecue. We were inspired by DG95, and
And we need to wait for the weather to
we tried
improve again.
streaming it, but there
Oh,
were
yeah.
a few issues.
The 5G's not too great. round here.
One day. Fortune Games, another super chat, big up, has said, have you heard of the Bandwallows? If not, put them on and see if you recognise him.
No idea.
I have no idea.
Should I
there.
Google this?
Go for it. It's probably
Yeah,
a troll, but
Go on.
let's go
Oh,
for it.
I haven't just said something dodgy, have I?
I don't think. Oh, is that no? He meant the band. Oh, so the band is called the.
Oh,
Band.
okay.
Okay.
I mean, I'll check them out after the stream,
want no
but I
copyright.
don't think I've heard of those before.
Looks like an Isaac Cave kind of band.
It seems like we should recognise one of them. Anyway, I'll check it out after the stream, but yeah, thank you.
Kieran, how many times do you think you say pang in a day? I can't count, but probably quite a lot. It's just part of my vocabulary.
This is quite an interesting one. Tower Street has asked, what's your favourite ride to work on, Luca?
Oh, it's gotta be stealth.
Gotta be
Gotta be
stealth.
stealth.
Luca obviously has operated stealth in the past, in
That's
the op
right.
booth,
That's right.
dispatching those trains.
My least favourite ride for Luca to work on is detonator.
Oh my god.
It's not a fun time.
So there's a manual setting on detonator that basically lets the operator choose how long you're up there, and
It's quite fun.
oh, you've also got a little microphone in
On a
there.
windy day when you can feel it sway, it's not great being up there. It's not even for the 5 seconds.
Dylan the Gamer has asked, Jack, can you do a Valhalla vid on ride sims? I am interested in doing another ride sims video. I obviously did the Wicker Man, and you guys seem to really enjoy that, so I don't know, potentially. They've just released a new sim for the Patreons, which is, I don't know if I can say actually. Is it public knowledge?
If you're
It's
a
good,
patron-
either way.
It's a great
good.
sim.
It's good.
If you want to find out what it is, then just become a Patreon of Ride Sims, and you can check it out because it's one of my favourite sims. So.
And then every time they publish that, you get a new one.
Yeah,
So.
good stuff.
Some good stuff on there.
KTXO has asked, Kieran, you're a G. We'll ask for a picture with you next time we see you.
Oh,
There you
okay.
are.
Yeah.
There you
Thanks. Yeah.
Ellie Bateman has asked, are you going to do another series of the history of parks? Potentially. I'm definitely interested in doing a Fright Nights one, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Who's the next guest on your podcast? As you know, right now we can't get anyone here to film anything. We'd obviously love to have guests on the podcast, and we would have had guests probably.
We
by
had
now,
a little
but
meeting where we discussed the potential of getting someone in via Discord or Skype or whatever, and maybe having them up on the screen that we use for the podcast. But we just thought
we don't want to let
Yeah, it's
half
just-
it. We want
the,
to.
Yeah.
the format of our
Yeah.
podcast, obviously we're one of the only theme park video podcasts, so we thought we have the ability to get people on and actually do a really, really cool episode with guests. So we thought there's no point in like doing it half effort and just getting them on for a video call. So we're just gonna wait out.
There's no rush. Like
No, exactly. We filmed some really, really funny podcasts in the meantime. So as I said, we filmed one yesterday and it's one of my favourites. So keep an eye out for the next episode of the launch. But
there's some sick things in there.
It's quite a good episode.
Whose
Much
hair
enjoyed.
looks the best?
Mine. 100%.
Everyone's. What? Oh yeah.
Ninja over
Nice
here.
Where is the
Did
top
any
shelf
of you
at
enter
four?
digital dance competition? I did.
Yeah.
I did. I have submitted.
Luke has entered. I've been seeing regular updates for Lucas Park. I don't think it's gonna win personally, but it is good. It is good, but I just know there's gonna be some insane parks in that competition.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
Mine not being one of them. I let the side down. I left the homework till the night before.
Took
and
an F with his.
I didn't submit,
Lauren,
boys.
you did,
I
you
didn't
did.
submit.
Oh no.
Absolute Adrenaline. Opinions on the Swarm song by Yumi at 6. It was an incredible song.
Such
Great bit
a
of
sick
marketing.
song.
Great song. It worked so well in the adverts. Yeah, big
No,
fan
that
of that
was
song.
such a cool collab. I really like that. Have you seen Deeves' entry to dance competition? Yes, he made a Rita clone.
Wait, is he?
Right, has he actually?
Is he actually?
Dan's put it on his story.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. I'm not leaking anything. I'm not leaking
Oh
anything.
no.
Oh no.
Yeah, big up the Bounzilla staff. Just seeing that in the chat. Yeah, big up, big up.
Big up Thomas again with a super chat. Absolute legend. Big up. Any chance of a Discord promotion?
Put me in a position here.
You'll have to ask Kieran like, on the Discord.
Yeah,
this is on my channel.
What's your Discord name? But yeah. We'll
You'll have to contact Kieran. But thanks for the super chat, Thomas. Absolute legend.
what is your favourite roller coaster train design? Any of you boys got any favourites?
That's a
I
tough
think
one.
you all know what mine is, so.
I was gonna say Taron.
Yeah, Taron.
It's
100%.
alright. I think that's a hard question because there's a lot for
Train
me.
design.
I like the 7 Door Spine train.
Oh,
See, I quite like
Yeah.
Shambhala's train design because you just feel so open.
Surprised you haven't said Flight of Passage.
If anyone wants to ask that Florida question that my mum asked earlier, feel free to ask that. Drop the Discord link. I think it's
Yeah, I can't drop it in here, but
it's publicly
it's
available.
on my Twitch channel. This isn't me promoting. If you go on my Twitch channel, it's underneath. That's the only way I can tell you it quickly.
Big up Theme Park Giraffe there with another super chat. Get John on the podcast and tell him favourite Nemesis. Oh,
Which John?
I presume. Oh, it could mean John Ward. I presume you mean John Wardy there.
Oh,
and not
did
John
John
Burton.
Wadley have any input in designing Nemesis Inferno? I'm not sure.
Well, either way, Inferno's better, so.
Yeah.
I don't think
I'd
that will
love
go
to
down
have a
too
debate
well.
with him about which
Oh,
one's
yes.
better.
Oh, yes.
One is clearly better. It's the Thorpe Park one.
I've said before, John Wardley would be a bit of a dream podcast guest, so
So sick.
we'd love to try and get in touch with him to try and get him on. But
Ethan, it's just Kieran Inc. Just search Kieran Inc. on Twitch. I don't want to promote, but.
here it is, Karen
let's
Silkstone,
go.
Kieran and Luca. What's your favourite Disney park at Orlando?
I think
I'm just
ours
gonna
are the
I'm just
same.
gonna jump in and tell you guys mine again in case you missed it earlier.
No.
It is the incredible Animal Kingdom, home to Dinosaur, home to Kilimanjaro Safari, home to the world of Pandora, and the best dark ride in the world, Flight of Passage. Go on then, boys.
I'd rather go to Disney Springs than Animal Kingdom,
Oh.
Yeah, I agree on that.
to be honest with you.
100%.
It's just not a great park, mate. I don't think it's that great. Flight of Passage is average.
Well, what's your guys' favourite parks?
You wanna go first? We're going to say the
in
same
Orlando.
thing.
Hollywood Studios.
Wait, Disney, yeah? Disney Park.
Favourite Disney, yeah.
Yeah, Karen's
Yeah.
favourite
Hollywood
Disney
Studios.
Hollywood
Amazing.
Studios, 100%.
Such a good park.
I mean,
And the ride hardware there is so good.
when myself and my mum obviously went to Orlando, I think Hollywood Studios is our least favourite Disney park,
Oh
just
my
because
God.
what, even
Galaxy-
at Epcot?
Epcot was alright.
Oh.
My mum loved Test Track.
Oh, no, I
Test
love
Track's
Epcot,
a
but I
great
would-
ride, yeah, but-
Nah, Hollywood Studios.
But no, we didn't
so
have
good.
what's it called? Galaxy's Edge
Oh.
open. We didn't have Mickey and Minnie's Railway. So
No, I
and it
can't
was
see
such a
that.
hot day, so that probably put a bit of a downer. And I lost my magic band on Tower of Terror.
Oh, that's me. But no, I think that park's sick, and I think it's, especially right now, it looks incredible.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that answer for you there, Mum. Lee Searle in the chat has asked, can you tell Eddie that the Swarm marketing is not on par with Black Mirror's?
Imagine he thought that.
That is of course referring to our friend, he's got many alter egos, Isaac, Eddie. And in a podcast with The Drop recently, he said that Black Mirror's marketing campaign is on par with the Swarm's. I disagree. I think the Swarm was an
couldn't
incredible
disagree
marketing
more,
One
for
of the
sure.
campaign.
best marketing they've done.
And yeah, Black Mirror
So good.
hasn't quite lived up to that yet. So
We didn't get to see all of its marketing.
oh no,
It was
absolutely,
obviously,
it's
yeah.
cut short. But
yeah,
from what we have
so,
seen, you know, it wasn't hasn't been on
Here's a
par.
good one. What's
Uh,
your favourite Sean Sandbrook moment?
Oh, too many to count.
You've been put in a position now. I can't think of one off the spot.
Favorite.
Really?
Sean
Oh, I
Sandberg
can think of
moment?
loads, obviously, but like.
Djembe
favourite-
drums,
No,
100%.
but that's
He's
like.
had so
I
many.
the
can't
best.
think of something really like.
That's the best. It's gotta be. It's so good.
I kind of like him just watching him go down that little log flume chute thing that goes into the water. I
I've
kind of like that
got,
one.
I've got a funny moment that hasn't been on YouTube when it comes to Sean. We were in Weatherspoons in Staines,
Oh my days.
and
It's so
he ordered
funny.
something on the app. I can't even remember what he ordered.
Some chicken strips or something.
He ordered a Spoons meal, and the waiter came out and said, "Sorry, mate, we dropped it on the floor, but there you go anyway."
It's like, yeah, there we go. I'll bring you a new one in a minute.
I had just returned from the toilets as it was happening, and oh my god, I haven't laughed so much.
It's just like, yeah, a few of the chips are on the floor,
Sean was
but
like,
we'll get you a new
"What
one
do you
anyway.
Oh,
Surely
no,
you just
sorry.
don't give him the first one.
So yeah,
That was a great time.
that was one of my favourite Sean Sandbrook moments that has never been shown on camera. What is Kieran's Twitch name? He said it many times. Kieran Inc. Head over there and check him out. Kieran
Thank
Inc.
you.
over on Twitch.
Coaster movement. What are your thoughts on the Swarm being almost 10 years old and yet Thorpe Park still have no new coaster?
That's kind of
I
mad.
think it is ridiculous, but
It's crazy.
it's weird. It's a weird one. It's probably going to get pushed back even more
To
now.
think-
Obviously, that's not in their control, but
To think Soar Alive turned 10 years old last year, and Swarm is about to turn 10 years old in 2 years, just doesn't add up. Like, that's
a weird
crazy.
one.
Yeah,
It's a very
that's
weird
crazy.
one.
It doesn't feel like that long, like 10 years.
It's
Like,
it's
when you
actually
think back
crazy.
years.
Lauren has again asked, do you think Ghost Train will get removed due to the amount of faults? Thinking about it, I've had a bit of an epiphany over this close season. Ghost Train is an incredible
Oh,
ride.
okay, good. I wondered where you're
Yeah,
going with that.
yeah,
The
same.
amount of technology in that ride is kind of mad if you think about it. So my whole opinion on Ghost Train has changed a little bit over this close season. So
I feel like every year they iron out more faults. I feel like it becomes
It
more
just
reliable
gets better
every
and
year.
better every
Yeah,
year,
I'd
is what I
say
would
it's
say.
it's getting there. It's like a work in progress, I think, and I think they've got a lot of things that they can do in there. Like they can change the theme totally.
if they wanted to
Like,
change
like that.
all of the VR in the ride, they could. If they wanted to change the live action scene, it would take a bit of work, but they could.
If they lose the IP, they can change it.
Change it,
So
yeah.
I think it'll be there for a very long time.
I think it's a
great ride.
long-term ride, and yeah, big up. Thank you all so much for all of these questions. We're going to go on for a little bit longer. If you do want to guarantee a question, then feel free to super chat it. But we're trying to get through as many questions as we can, regardless. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining. How many? Well, 116 of you. So thank you so
There you go.
much.
There you go.
We're going to go on for a little bit longer, as I said. What other questions?
Which other
do we
Thorpe
see?
ride would you like to try and brave it backwards on?
Ooh, that's an interesting one. I remember there were rumours of like a stealth brave it backwards. I don't know when they were floating about, but
That'd be so
that'd be
painful.
mental.
You
I think
want to do that, would you?
I don't think I would.
That'd be horrible.
I think
It's got to be Inferno.
The scariest thing about a stealth brave it backwards would be not knowing when it's going to launch. Because at least when you're facing forwards, you can see the lights and stuff. But
Bro, Saw would be so sick.
Saw?
That drop backwards would
Oh
feel
my
so
gosh.
weird. The rest
Yeah.
of the layout would be
Especially
a bit weird.
looking back up at like
It would
the
be so
inwards
sick.
bit.
I
Like
think
going up backwards.
Saw or Inferno.
Inferno, I'd say.
would be the
Colossus
main
might be
ones.
quite cool, but yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I just wish Swarm was still backwards. That was incredible.
Yeah. What is everyone else saying?
Hmm.
Abby Smeltzer asks, what non-theme park related YouTubers do we watch? I'm going to give a big shout out here to the Freedom family. We love their
Let's
channel.
go.
Most days we have dinner watching their videos. Who else? I'd like to say I'm fairly up to date with like the whole YouTube culture. I watch the Sidemen, I watch KSI, Drama Alert.
I'm saying pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin Chapman, big up.
Oh, big up Kevin Chapman. Love his channel. Love his channel. Any for you, Luca?
Oh,
You
loads,
watch.
mate. I watch so much, a broad variety.
We literally we don't watch TV in this household. We literally just watch YouTube and stuff. So yeah, absolutely.
You all know Luca watches KSI.
I'll tell you who Luca does watch. Ninja. Loves a bit of Ninja.
Who's Luca? Well, I only know a ninja.
Harper Graham, big up
Oh,
Adam.
Adam.
Big up
Big
Adam
up,
in the
bro.
chat. Thorpe Park should do a special Fright Nights event. Pick 6 mazes to feature for a special return lineup. So if we pick 2 each,
Yeah, go on then.
Are you going to start?
Yeah, you think you should go
I'll
first.
start with Studio
Yeah.
and The Curse.
Okay. I'm going to say Experiment 10 and. Ooh. Cabin in the Woods.
Wait,
Asylum and 7.
I like
OG mazes. OG mazes.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
don't
feel
think
like that
anything's
is
missed out there.
that actually is quite a plausible lineup because all of those mazes can be located in different,
Ooh,
apart from
Asylum.
Asylum and Studio.
Because I was going to say Bloody Valentine, but then I thought Experiment 10. But yeah, I mean,
That
You
Asylum
could,
could
you
just
could
go
do like
anywhere.
their own version of Asylum in a tent somewhere, but yeah.
Asylum or Studio could have gone anywhere. Like that wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's bad.
So
Yeah.
we've actually created quite a realistic potential lineup there. Hello, Sam Strange. Big up. Oh, you retracted it. Best theme park podcast from Eddie Sandbridge.
The launch.
Alright, Luke, your head's getting a bit big over here. Coasterbot's got a great podcast. There's so many theme park podcasts that we like to listen to here in the house. So
Big fans of Impulsive as well.
oh, Impulsive,
Yeah.
not necessarily theme park
No,
related.
no, no.
Love Impulsive, great podcast. Any questions, you
I
boys?
saw a question here. I don't know where it's gone. So I might have to just. Oh wait. Maddie Smith, Kieran. Even though you're behind the camera for Jack's finance videos, do you still get the full experience? Yeah, for sure.
So a little bit of info that you might not know. On the Thorpe Park Friday Nights press event, which is obviously where we're able to film in the mazes, all of the mazes that we experienced that night, we will do once with no cameras at all, just so that we can give a fair review. Because obviously Kieran is in the Fright Nights vlog, like I want to get his opinion to you guys. So if we were to just film our run-throughs first off, he obviously couldn't give a good review. So we do all of the mazes at least once with no cameras at all, just to experience the maze itself, just like any normal person would during a normal day of Fright Night. So yeah.
No, but even in the past we have sometimes done like a first run through a film, but it doesn't ruin it because I'm like not focusing on the maze, so I can still go through it and not remember anything kind of thing. So it's still sick, like regardless.
Yeah. Thank you for that question. Zoro Smith has said Luca Rumba King. Oh dear.
What a ride.
Favourite colour for a coaster, boys?
Oh, that's a good
Bit of a
question.
weird one, that. But
Favourite colour for a coaster?
Do you want to go with colour schemes of existing rides or what you?
no.
Any
Just
colour?
if you could have your favourite track colour. Like, don't worry about supports.
I was
just
going to
track
say colour scheme, Mako. Perfect.
So purple and like
Dark
dark
blue
blue.
and dark blue on the bottom and then like turquoisey support.
I think purple
It looks
is
so nice.
sick.
I think purple as well. Like obviously Iron Gwazi, which will hopefully be opening soon.
I think also blue's quite nice, like an actual blue,
Yeah.
not Colossus blue, but like actual blue. Like
When you see
what's
like
blue?
blue in America, like
Yeah, like an IMC
Gatekeeper,
one. Oh yeah,
like,
Gatekeeper.
really
Yeah,
stands
that's
out on the
nice.
skyline.
Yeah, I'm boring, but I like black. Like sleek. So long as they maintain that track and
Oh,
it
yeah.
still looks good, like years down the line, I'd say blacks, and it's pretty standard but nice colour. NGU Raptor, thank you very much for the super chat. Did you ever experience the Sanctuary at Alton?
I did, but it was only in the like version before the Smiler opened, not like the
when it was
Scare
open
Fest.
during the year.
Yeah.
I also did it, and it was great.
I
Great maze.
Unfortunately, did not. Big shame.
I'd love to see that come back. I don't think towers really ever do that where they bring mazes back, but that would be really cool.
So yeah, wish I got to experience that. LNA Adventures, Luca, how long have you worked at Thorpe Park?
Since 2016.
That's kind of mad, isn't
Is
it?
this your 4th or 5th season?
Fifth. Yeah, fifth
Fifth.
season. Yeah.
Jeez.
Big up Robert in the chat. How you doing? Very well, thank you, mate. How are you?
I'm fine.
Blackwell with the 2-train operation meme there. Big up, Callum.
The 2-train operation meme.
Oh,
River
no.
Quest.
River
Oh
Quest,
no,
yeah.
silly me.
What a
I'm
video
finding
that
it.
is.
I'm finding
Such
it.
a good video. I wish you could play it.
Thinking theme parks, what tips do you have for smaller theme park channels on building an audience? I get asked this quite a lot actually, like how do you grow a YouTube channel? So long as you're enjoying the videos that you're uploading, other people will slowly find the channel. But yeah, I'd say the main thing is just try and stay consistent, and so long as you're having a good time, you know, you will eventually get an audience because you're gonna want to keep up making videos. So yeah, just enjoy what you're doing is what I'd say. Big up Tom Hall there with the super chat. Not on the camera, mate. What an iconic
Not
line.
on the lens.
As I said earlier in
Who
this,
shoots water at an electrical item?
Fuck.
as I said earlier, I do address the whole PTP situation
Saga.
in the upcoming episode of the launch. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. It should be coming out within the next week or so. But yeah, I go into detail on what happened and my opinion on it. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, big up everyone that's still here. I'm just going to go carry on doing a few more questions before we round off for the evening. We're trying to get through as many questions as we can, don't worry.
That's a hard
Vineyard
question.
and Red Horns.
Big up Lauren for that super chat.
I'm
She's
going to
asked.
go ahead straight and answer that as Vineyard.
Yes.
It's just the memories as well behind that for us. It's like, we're not talking on behalf of us, but for me, like the memories of that video and just it is like so sick.
Just in case anyone is unaware, Vineyard is obviously the music video song that Archie Stevens, Archie Deeves, Kieran and kind of myself made whilst we were in Portventura, and Red Horns was a song that some of the boys made together. That was more of like an actual, like proper song, I'd say.
Production,
But
just a little song, yeah.
But yeah, Vineyard, like the memories that are attached to that is just so funny. So yeah.
Such a cool video to like film because it was literally just us having fun in Spain. So.
But yeah, great question there, Lauren. Erin Padgett has asked, how long are you planning to keep your hair like this? I think we're all kind of...
Well, Luke is set for like 12 months.
Ninja over here is going to keep topping up the blue hair dye, I believe. But I think me and Kieran are both just going to wait until lockdown's over and then we'll probably do it again just so it's nice and fresh for hopefully summer. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping to maintain it, keep it going, but I don't want my hair to die. So, I'm keeping a close eye on that.
KTXO, do you know if X got demolished or sold to another park?
As far as I'm aware, it's still there.
X is still at Thorpe Park, it's just been
Oh.
rethemed to be The Walking Dead The Ride. Yeah, housed in the same pyramid, but
I
the
don't think that has
theming
much more life
around
to
the
it.
ride has changed. Ooh, that's a good question from Matthew. Do you think Black Mirror should be delayed until next year, regardless of Thorpe opening this year? It's a hard question. It's a great question, but a hard one because none of us know the answer to when Thorpe is going to open. Obviously, it's going to be a tough decision for the park if they should open it or not, but I'll be interested to see what they do, and I will upload a video as soon as we get any news on that.
It's a very interesting like situation because it's never happened before, and I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how all the parks deal with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm excited to get in there whenever it may be.
Yeah. Another super chat here from Thomas. Thank you so much. Favourite European theme park, and big up. Luca, do you want to start with this one?
Easy one, Phantasialand.
Of course. Luca had an annual pass, Phantasialand. He was there multiple times
2 years
in
I had
the
an
year.
annual pass.
Multiple times he visited. I'd probably say Phantasialand, but at the same time, PA was incredible. So I'd say that's probably one of my favourites.
That's mine.
Almost leveling Phantasialand, but I was also a big fan of Efteling.
I was going to say
personally.
that because of the
I like
great
Efteling.
time we had.
Even Disneyland Paris, like I've got so many memories at Disneyland Paris, so I'd be a big fan of that. Yeah.
For me, it's Portventura 100%. It's just sick. Such a good park. It reminds me a lot of Universal as well, which is another reason why I like it, because that's like my favourite theme park in
Honestly,
the world.
We went to Portventura not expecting too much because not many people seem to like it, but honestly it was one of the funniest trips I've ever been on. It was incredible. Yeah, I'm just gonna get a drink whilst you guys find any questions.
Big up, Chris.
As I said, we won't go on for too much longer, so if you've got any questions, be sure to ask them now.
Ezra has come back in and said, thoughts on Thorpe using Thorpe Farm as a Fright Nights location?
Oh, that would be insane. It would literally be like Tully's
But done
at
that.
Thorpe Park. I'd love to see that so much.
Toby says, thoughts on Thorpe putting lap bars on Colossus? They haven't, but like if they were to,
Oh, I wouldn't be against it.
I'd love that.
I'd be gassed if that happened.
I think that would.
I think it would make the
that
coaster
would
a lot more
save
Yeah.
enjoyable.
Colossus, yeah.
Because it
The
wouldn't be
layout
outside
was
rough.
good, so like, if anything, it would just improve on it.
Favourite coaster at Thorpe that's not X, I'm assuming that means.
Oh, stealth. Stealth.
Yeah, I think I'd say Stealth as well.
For me, it's hard between Stealth and Swarm, but I
Swarm's
think
definitely in
probably
there.
Stealth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Will we be going to Tato Park anytime soon? Says Jack.
Absolutely.
Can be on
Hopefully,
the cards.
as soon as everything's over and done with, we're going to look into so many theme
And
park
we know
trips.
people who are big fans of that wooden coaster there, don't we?
What's it called again?
I don't know how
It's
to
a weird
pronounce
one,
it,
isn't
so
it?
I'm not going to try.
But yeah, I'm waiting for them to, because aren't they getting like 2 new
Um,
Vacomas sometime soon, hopefully?
Yeah, they get an invert and
Yeah, so I'm
park
kind of
boomerang that dual
I'm
just
holding
one
out
trip
for
shot.
that.
So yeah.
We're going to wrap up within the next 10 minutes or so. So, as I said, if you've got any questions that you want to ask the three of us, be sure to leave them in the chat within the next 10 minutes or so. If you want a question guaranteed to be asked, then feel free to super chat, but you don't have to at all. We're trying to get through all of the questions that you guys are asking.
Favourite Thorpe Park map from this decade?
Oh, that's a good question.
It's a hard one.
See, I quite like the rebrand that the park did. You're looking at the
Yeah.
literally this one here. I don't know if you can see that on
Oh,
stream.
that's
You
Yeah,
can.
good.
you can.
No, not 2016.
That was
2015.
the part of
Yeah.
like the rebrand that the park did when it became like the island, and they came in with this whole blue, like very
It was a
vibrant.
great year. They had
Um,
Log Asleep still, Slammer,
Yeah,
Roast
so I'd
and
say
Relish,
Here's a good map.
literally that map there is probably my
Carousel.
favourite I can think
Oh,
of.
it's still there now.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's a good map.
Oh
No, I'm
man.
gonna have to agree. I did actually
Yeah.
quite like the big heads though, in a way.
Yeah,
Kinda
for those
like
of
the
you that
style.
watched the launch, you might have seen the big head style map that's literally behind me. That's a classic map.
It's a
We were
cool map.
literally discussing this yesterday, weren't we, when we were
Yeah.
redesigning parts of the studio.
But yeah, that's a great question. Bigger.
Favourite GCIs, boys?
Favorite
Ooh, that's a tough one.
GCI?
Joris.
I haven't done many,
Joris.
but it's probably this. Yeah, Joris.
Yeah. What's Woden?
Yeah, GCI, yeah. Do you prefer
Ah,
Woden to
still
Joris?
prefer Joris, I
Yeah.
think.
Joris is literally the perfect,
Joris
like,
is a great rider.
Which one was it
for
we
me.
preferred?
It was the
You
station
preferred
on the
the
right,
opposite
that's
to
all I
me.
know.
It was a controversial opinion, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. Just noticed a question here. Thomas Quinnell, do you do Cupcakes and Coasters weekly quizzes? I know there's been loads of quizzes
we try to
over
for
this
free.
lockdown period. We try and do as many as we can just because it's something to do. It's entertaining, but yeah, we're trying to do as many as we can, but we do miss the occasional ones.
I'm actually not very knowledgeable when it comes to actual coaster facts, so I do not do the best.
Just looking for any questions. As I said, going to wrap up within the next under 10 minutes or so.
Favourite wing coaster? I've only done one.
Only done
Wow,
one.
Furious Backer count?
Oh, definitely the Swarm still.
I
Furious
like
Backer,
Furious
rough,
Backer.
rough.
Buttery smooth.
Jack McGauley, well Jack, big up fan from Ireland. That's sick. Thank you very much for
He
watching,
gets
mate.
to ride that
Thank you.
wooden coaster.
Have you been to Tato Park? Yeah. If you could put an IP based dark ride in Thorpe Park, what would it be from Cameron Murphy? Don't know why I asked that. Actually, I
don't
can't
know.
think of.
Yeah.
I'd rather an original IP dark ride. I think.
They go
personally.
down better, I think.
Top of my head, I kind of think a Ghostbusters one could be kind of cool. Like a shooter ride. It's
I-
not original at all, but
And they've done it. Merlin have done it at Heidi Park. with
Yeah.
Ghostbusters, so
it's
it's
quite
not
cool.
too far out.
I would love. Okay, hear me out. A flying theatre
Oh,
themed to Avatar.
Oh, it was
it's-
going alright to get
It's
Avatar.
set in the world of Pandora. Oh,
You realise this is a thing now. Theme park, but it's not
incredible!
very good.
That would be incredible. One of the best dark rides in the world.
Only one of. Or Symbolica's got to be up
It would
there.
be level with that Flight of Passage ride over at Animal
I
Kingdom.
mean,
Symbolica.
Symbolica is still top for that because
Yeah,
it's right at the top.
Symbolica.
Um,
It's all about Hollywood Studios.
Monkey2357, what tier gives you beta tester for ride sims on ride sims? Don't know, I'm afraid. If you head over to the website, do
It
a
must
bit of
be the-
research,
the bottom level,
or just send them a
at least.
DM. I'm sure they'll be happy to help out, but unfortunately, I don't know the answer. Sorry.
When do you think Thorpe will open again? No idea.
Said many times, it's hard to tell. We'll have to wait and see.
The moment Luca broke his toe kicking a fence while playing football. Big up Jack.
Oh,
That was a very amusing moment.
Big up Mitch. King's Planet Coaster Corner. Let's go.
Cameron Murphy has asked, could you cycle to Legoland or is it too far?
Oh.
Funny you say
Wow.
that.
Oh.
Great question, Cameron.
Today, the investment
Oh.
company decided to offer us some bikes.
Some bicycles.
So,
And that is all we'll say on the matter. So that might not be too far out of the question.
Not just Legoland. Thorpe,
Oh,
Chessington, Towers.
Yeah. Holton's,
Yeah,
all
good
of them.
stuff. Good stuff.
Do you think they'll re-theme the dome again? As in a new theme, or just continue the, I don't know,
I think
the
they're
phases?
still kind of like working on it year by year.
I think they're just cleaning it up, like
Yeah.
making it modern inside. Because, fun fact, it wasn't actually a permanent structure. It wasn't supposed to be there for long.
Oh.
Wait, that is a fact, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think it was
Yeah, it was
It
temporary,
was just
temporary.
like a pavilion, yeah.
I know it was one of the first things at Thorpe Park, so that's
Who's
quite
the,
cool.
who's the Naruto guy? I don't even fully understand that, but it's funny.
Oh, big up Theme Park Giraffe there. Jack, we've got a video idea that would be amazing if you could join in. Check your Twitter DMs. Thanks so much for trying to Scott's here. Oh, absolutely, I will. I'm not very good at replying to DMs. I do apologise if I've ever aired or not responded or anything. I'm very sorry, but no, I will check that out. Theme Park
Don't
Giraffe.
take it personal.
No, please don't ever take it
Oh,
personally.
I have struggles as well.
I
keeping
am-
blogs.
I suck at replying to DMs, but I will check that out for you, Theme Park Giraffe.
Big
Thank
up
you for
Theme
the
Park
super chat.
Giraffe.
Yeah, Theme Park Giraffe, of course, made the Kieran's Planet Coaster intro. Last few minutes of the stream now, so if you've got any burning questions that you want to ask myself, Luca, or Kieran, get them in the chat right now. We've tried to answer as many as we can, and as I've said before, if you want a guaranteed answer, then be sure to super chat because it pops up all highlighted, so we're guaranteed to see it. But if you've got any last questions, feel free to ask them. Any of you boys are
Best
seeing?
water ride. I'm assuming that's just ever that you've been on.
In general, Chiapas.
We were talking about this again. the other
Chiapas
night, weren't
or...
we? What did I say?
Flying Dutchman. after
Oh
that.
yeah, Flying Dutchman.
Yeah,
What
for
an
sure.
incredible
If that counts,
ride.
then yeah.
Oh, it's definitely a
It's
water
like
ride.
part
100%.
water coaster, part roller coaster, part dark ride. It's just incredible.
It's that indoor bit
very
that's so
good,
sick.
yeah.
Like when, like, I don't even know what
Especially
happens.
the
but-
lift.
They
Yeah,
use
yeah,
smoke
such a good
projection
ride.
mappings.
But I also really like
Theming.
Jurassic Park.
Incredible.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I really
a
like.
good
Oh,
one, yeah.
Infinity Falls.
Yeah.
Sick. Line rapids.
What if there's a water effect on the ride?
Flight Passage
Flight
doesn't
Passage
count.
has a water
Oh,
spray.
in that case, Soaring's God tier.
Flight of Passage. Big up Ethan Lewis
It's
there.
mad that you're saying that because they literally have a water ride in that area.
Nice. Narby River Journey. It's not quite as
Sick
good as Flight of
animatronic, though.
Passage. Oh, what an animatronic. It's just does credit to Pandora.
Opinions on
as a whole.
detonator tilting forwards and being stand up.
Oh, Sean loves his stand-up drop towers.
That'd be sick. If it was
Being-
like Falcon's Fury.
Being a
Not
past
stand
operator,
up.
what do you think of that?
What? That idea?
On detonator.
Oh, it'd be funny. Yeah, 100%.
That would be terrifying.
As I said,
Yeah,
Sean
fun.
loves his stand-up drop tower, especially Apocalypse. So yeah, he'd love it.
That's quite a good, cool question from Coaster Experience. If Platform 15 had to leave Thorpe Park, what maze would you put in its place? The thing with Platform is it's so kind of constructed to fit that route to the point where I think any other maze would kind of struggle to fill that location, just because Platform fits there so well. And
I've got a good idea.
I don't know.
Platform 15 mirrored. That can go there.
Oh, we said that.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
really works.
We thought this whole thing through, and it
Yeah.
actually is plausible.
So you know on Mario Kart you got like the mirror cup and stuff. Platform 15 mirror.
If you actually think about the layout mirrored, it would work so much better. Like you start in the tunnel, going down the pre-show.
So you could have a pre-show in the pitch black tunnel. Like how scary would that be? They could
You wait at the ticket office at the
they
beginning.
could almost tell the story through the speakers. Like they wouldn't even
Yeah.
need an actor. That would be terrifying. They could obviously batch a lot better through that dark tunnel because you obviously often catch up to groups in the finale and stuff. So yeah, you'd go to the ticket office,
Yeah.
exit the tunnel through the village. They'd have to turn some of that around somehow, and then you see the Sleeper Express, and you kind of
And then you could go the whole way down.
you could
Like-
they could merge it with Blair
Yeah.
Witch, and you could go into the forest full of sleepers.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, great idea. from
Big up
Kieran there.
Thomas for the donation.
Oh, I think Arch Nemesis.
Oh,
is,
big up,
yeah,
big
is on
up.
Big
point
up.
with that.
Big
He's a
up.
legend. Same
Yeah,
for
I've
Aaron.
smashed that.
Big up. Any others that we...
Oh, big up Dan in the chat. Big up Digital Dan.
Hey,
Yeah.
let's go Dan, let's
Dan,
go.
I'm sorry I didn't enter.
We were discussing
It's
your competition a bit earlier. So it's just saying how Luke has entered. Kieran unfortunately hasn't.
I let down.
Thank you very much, Ethan Lewis, for the super chat. Love your channel. Keep up the good work, boys. Thank you so much. So yeah, we're just any last questions that you've got, be sure to leave them down below. We'll answer a few more, and then we'll wrap up for the night. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining so far. Just answer a few more questions.
Project 42 in the chat. What a maze!
The maze itself. He actually said, sorry I'm late. Don't worry, hopefully this will be going up as a video, so you can go back and watch it if you missed the start or anything. K_more, thank you so much for the super chat. If you could create a maze, what would you do? Oh, on the top of the head.
Right, choose a space at Thorpe for it.
A tent on the beach, because then you have unlimited idea, pretty much.
Yikes. I would
Big
place
yikes.
mine
Really?
in the building currently where Jungle Escape is. As for a theme, I don't know, it's so hard off the top of my head.
Subspecies.
Oh, that's quite a good one. A subspecies style maze. I'd love something like Experiment 10 or something along those lines. I just want something crazy, kind of like what Creek Freak was, to be fair. But yeah, great question.
Dan, I know I have till midnight, but I really can't. Honest, I'll send it to you at some point.
As he said earlier, he's left his homework till the night before. Digital Dan, what do you think the best tasting coaster?
Candemonium.
What?
The new Hershey
Oh,
Park hamper is called
Candemonium.
Candemonium.
Oh.
And surely, because it's at Hershey Park,
Surely you're saying Taron.
it wouldn't taste good, would it?
It's
Oh, it
still
tastes like
fine, yeah.
rocks.
You're definitely...
Rocks? Why does it taste of rocks?
Lucas,
That's what there is.
Lucas definitely a coaster licker, isn't he?
No,
If
John.
there was
He
anyone
hugs
to
the
lick a
balls.
coaster,
He does hug them.
he's a
I
support
don't know where this has
hugger.
come from.
He's
Support
like
hugger and
He's
coaster
like a
licker.
Tiger King, but of Luca, like a support hugger
I
king or
don't
something.
think
I don't
so.
even know, but something
I don't
like
know
that.
where that's come
I'm
from.
going to say Flight of Passage.
I'm gonna say soaring because it smells nice. I don't know. I would never eat a coaster. Right, but they're not coasters with its name, but it's all good.
Ron and Cookie, what is your favourite food outlet at Thorpe Park Resort? Pizza
Nitrogeni.
pasta is the classic.
Nitrogeni.
Nitrogeni.
It's so
Really
nice.
good.
Nitrogeni is so
Ice
good.
cream.
Yeah, but it's nice.
I'd also say KFC.
If I was
like,
going off there like actual, then Fins.
It's rare for a theme park to
Burger Kitchen.
have KFC, so...
Burger Kitchen.
Yeah, I think we'll do 3 more questions. So, as I said, if you've got any questions left, be sure to leave them down below, and we'll try and answer them. Just trying to pick out any good ones that we haven't kind of touched on yet. It's kind of tough now that I've said 3, because we've got to pick them carefully.
quite-
Yeah,
a lot
legit.
coming
I'm
through.
seeing ones I would
There's
want
so many coming through like really quickly now.
I'll let you boys pick one, but thank you all so much for everyone that's still watching. 106 of you, big up, really appreciate it.
I'm struggling there.
Yeah, same. There's so many I want to answer, but it's just
Oh, that's quite a good one. Maggie Smith, 21, has asked, what is the best behind-the-scenes tour you have had at a park and why?
Liseberg. Because
Oh,
Pontus,
that's true.
Pontus is so nice. They have
Yeah.
a good collection of rides, and it's
we
not
got
rushed.
we got to sign the support
Sign,
to the wooden
yes.
coaster at Liseberg.
And me personally got to operate the transfer track for Helix.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
so
that is
it's
such
so
a funny
great.
video.
I've got to give a massive shout out to Thorpe, obviously, because we've been lucky enough to be granted access to some of the Fright Nights mazes to film them. So yeah, big love to Thorpe who have allowed us to do that.
I think that it's not a park, but the Burton behind the scenes tour that we had of the new maze was
That was
sick.
really cool.
I really liked that.
The maze designer Andrew Porter took us around the maze, literally explained it in so much detail, let
That was
us
so
push
funny.
buttons and stuff. There was a massive group of us. Sean was there, so many people there. that was a lot of fun. We just kind of messed around
Literally.
afterwards, didn't we?
Basically scare acted.
So yeah, great question there though. If you do want a guaranteed last final question, then feel free to use super chat. But otherwise, we're trying to answer any questions.
Theme park jam. Interesting that you mentioned that. Interesting that you've mentioned that.
Oh,
Just check the next
yeah.
episode of the
Theme park
launch.
jam. Get excited for the next episode.
That's sick.
When is the next episode of the Launch Podcast releasing? As I said, we filmed one yesterday, but they do take a very long time to edit. But hopefully within the next week, 2 weeks or so, the next one will be out. And as I said earlier as well, we are hoping to get guests on as soon as this whole lockdown is over. Just trying to go. Mercs Z _. Luca, what does it take to work at Thorpe?
Just be engaging, I guess.
And be over 16, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you're over 16, I think you can apply for pretty much any of the departments when they're hiring. Yeah.
And to be a rides operator, you need to be over 18, so...
Seems like a very fun job though, like the social side of it.
Oh, 100%.
Job
And you get to
itself,
operate the best rides in the
guest
country.
interaction. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun. Right. Nako88, favourite piece of theme park merch you own?
Ooh.
Luke has been ordering a load of mugs
no.
recently.
Right, I heard about this new mug.
Oh, that's
Oh
incredible,
my
that one.
days,
That's
this guy.
incredible, that one.
I want to see it.
Oh, you can off
I want
air.
to see it. I want to see it.
Yeah, Luke
Yeah.
has been ordering. Maybe we should do a merch paradise section of the launch.
I mean, I only have like
Oh,
3.
only now.
Yeah.
It all comes every
He's gonna
day.
be getting more.
What actually is yours though?
Ooh, mine. I've got a nice bit of Woden wood in my room. That's quite a cool one.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't have much merch,
Yeah.
but the swarm resin I really like.
You like
It's quite classic.
like the Halloween Horror Nights stuff. that you
Oh
can wear.
yeah. So I got some sick Halloween Horror Night stuff, but
Some of you guys might notice I'm wearing my merch. It's still available to purchase. Links in all of my video descriptions. So yeah, this one is the X Jumper, one of the best rides at Thorpe Park. So yeah.
My favourite merch is probably lanyards. I have tons of them.
yeah, I like
So,
a lanyard
Yeah.
and a pin badge.
Yeah.
Maybe
So-
we should discuss that on the launch, just merch and stuff. K_more, say hi to Karis, Maddie, and Katie, please. Hello to you all. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, and thank you all very much. I hope you're doing well. To Karis, Maddie, and Katie, big up. Right, I think we're gonna wrap up the Q&A right there. I think. Thank you all so much for your questions. Really appreciate it. I'm sorry we didn't get through all of them. I'm definitely down to film another either Q&A video or live stream in the future. So if I didn't answer any questions this time, then keep them in mind, and I'll try and do another one of these at some point. But yeah, thank you to these boys for joining me. Their links they will be down in the description if they're not already. I don't think they are, but if you're watching this as a video, they are in the description. And just check out an episode of the launch, and you will be able to find these guys on their social platforms. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you're all staying safe, and yeah, hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. Thank you all for joining me. It's a goodbye from me. I'm just going to keep talking because I don't know how to end this stream. Oh, there we go. So yeah, thank you all so much. My name is TheJackSilkstone. Goodbye. Goodbye. See you later. Stay safe. Still live?
Wait.